Is it fine now?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, ma. YouTube also is there. 1 minute you check and then we'll start.
In YouTube also fine, sir.
Fine, ma. Thank you so much. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Masterclass 32. Here it is a discussion on a particular case study. So here I ask all our student friends who are going through this session, try to look at the steps involved in analyzing this particular case. Of course, this isn't from the examination standpoint. You may not have sufficient time. I already suggested you to take at least make time at least for 20 to 30 minutes in your examination. That means you have to plan the question answering in such a fashion that at least you should have 30 minutes time to analyze the particular case, read and digest the case and all that. But most of the time the students are taking no interest at all in answering cases. So I have been evaluating a lot of answer scripts in earlier things. I can easily tell you that students are least bothered about answering the case. I'm not making a blanket statement. There are certain students who take care of it. The reason is that you too much concentration on other parts of the question. I mean, part of the question paper, like answering all 5 questions or 6 questions, as the case may be. And you may think it's very easy to answer a case and what is there in it, and we just say, see the statements, the statement of the case, and then answer it. So that's a non-professional way of handling cases. Please note, this case study is not for answering the question paper and getting a mark in that. But this kind of practice, because you see why case studies are introduced in almost all papers for management programs today. My sincere suggestion to all of student friends here is, now it is getting replicated in interviews also. It is getting replicated in interviews also. In group discussions, the cases will be given to you and you are supposed to answer it. So from that particular perspective, you should have a complete learning on how you are supposed to handle a case. Okay. First of all, let me read through the case for the sake of others, because we are going on live. So this is a case study. Dr. Swami, who was residing in Los Angeles for the last 8 years, completed master's degree in food technology and obtained PhD in same subject, specializing in high protein products. He joined a company called Hypro Incorporated as the director of R&D and developed different types of high protein products which enjoyed good reputation in the market. Recently, he started thinking seriously to return to India and settle down in his hometown of Bangalore. He was also trying with the idea to set up a plant to produce high protein products in India. After talking to different people in India, he found that soya beans are available in India and in India and in abundance. And uh, um, he had carried several experiments in his lab and has developed soya bean milk. He felt that for a poor country like India, with majority of children being undernourished, this would be an ideal product. Soya bean milk would have some percentage of normal milk, water, and different other raw materials added to give it a high protein value. It will be pasteurized. You know what is meant by pasteurization? It's a heat treatment to eliminate harmful bacteria. That's why what is called pasteurization. So refrigeration would not be essential. So you need not have to keep it in the fridge for sufficient longer period of time, because it's the milk get pasteurized and would have almost same or even better life than average milk. Soybean milk would cost about 15% more than regular milk, but that would be justified due to its high protein value. As he has away from India, he first wanted to ascertain feasibility of this project. He had several questions. Some of these are whether tradition-bound Indian people accept a new concept like soya bean milk. Second, B, in which place should he set up plant of what capacity? Third, in which form should he introduce soya bean milk or as a substitute to normal milk or by adding different flavors as a competitive product to the already existing soft drinks market? And the fourth, what sort of distribution arrangement should be made? Technically, he was confident about production of soya bean milk. Marketing wise and commercially, whether such a project will be viable or not was his main doubt. His friends recently informed him that two companies have already introduced soya bean milk in India, which was, however, very costly in the market. This did not worry him because he felt that his product would be superior, and in a country like India, even a dozen competitors should do reasonably good business. Now the questions given for us to answer: do you think that project would be viable in the Indian market? First question. The second question is, what marketing strategy would you recommend for marketing soya bean milk in India? So these are the things. So let's go for a systematic analysis of this particular case. So first one is that, of course, I'm looking at a professional approach of handling a case as what has been suggested by a senior faculty of IIM Ahmedabad, which is the first institute which has gone in for case method of training in India after Harvard Business School's model. So first one is you need to completely identify the facts of the case first. So the case is all about launching soya bean milk in India by Dr. Swami. That's the problem, right? And Dr. Swami, that's is a scientist by himself. Is a lot of expertise technically and all. But it's a question of the problem with regard to whether he can be in a position to market this or not in the Indian markets, because hometown being Bangalore, he wants to come back and all that. The facts of the case now. Dr. Swami, after 8 years in Los Angeles, completed his PhD in food technology, specializing in high protein products. See, please note, these are the focus points where we need to suggest a marketing plan of action with reference to all these focal points. Right. Second, he worked as a director of R&D at Hypro Incorporated, developing high protein products. Second. Third focal point here is he plans to return to Bangalore. He wants to come back to India and his native town again and explore launching a high protein soya bean milk product in India. And four, Dr. Swami has conducted a lot of lab experiments, developed a soya bean milk using soya beans, normal milk, water, and other ingredients. Fifth focal point is the product is pasteurized. I've already told you, pasteurization is giving a heat treatment to eliminate bacteria at a particular percentage. Atmosphere where degrees of temperature, the milk get pasteurized and harmful bacteria, if any, will be eliminated. So the shelf-stable product can be created, and it costs. That's why we say it's on shelf space and the time. In pasteurized milk, when you buy milk packets, pasteurized milk packets from outside, when you say heritage and other things are there, when you look at the product spec, it will be indicated you have to use it on before such and such a date. So that's what shelf stable. It's shelf stable for some days, and costs 15% more than regular milk, because it is a proteinized and all that extra things are getting added, nutrition. And two companies have already introduced the soya milk in India because he is facing a market competition from two companies straight away, but at high prices. Their price tags were high. I mean, high or low, that depends upon the relative aspect, but then their prices are very high. And seven, Dr. Swami is confident in the technical aspects, but unsure of commercial viability. Yes, the problem is completely about marketing. He is absolutely sure that he can deliver a quality milk, soya bean milk in India, because he's a lot of experience is there, technically grounded. He's a technically grounded because he himself is a doctorate in this kind of a thing, like proteinized high protein foods. So that's, he has got a lot of product knowledge as such. Technically fine, he can manufacture, and deliver. But then the problems are the second step in professional approach of answering a case. What are the problems involved? As has been stated in the case. First one, the problem with regard to coming to India and manufacture a product and somewhere to brand it and present it in India. First one is cultural acceptance. Will tradition bound Indian consumers accept soya bean milk? That's a very, very important point. Soybean milk is not daily milk that we use in India. We have a lot of agriculture based country. The office is agriculture based country. There's cattle available. Of course, even today we have a lot of milk. What you call supply companies are there today. They procure milk from rural areas and they pasteurize it, they pack it and then process it and then deliver to Indian consumer class. So, but the soya bean milk, yes, whether to have to launch here or not is one thing. Culturally, acceptance is there or not? Because in the earlier sessions we were discussing, when we talk about consumer behavior, you need to answer cultural influences also. Whether the culture, certain products are basically being influenced by cultural acceptance. The second problem involved here in this case is location and capacity. Where should he plant? Should the plant be located? See, you can't be just loyal to your native place and say, no, 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 I need to do some business in Bangalore or whatever. Maybe may not be suitable. And again, next question is, at what capacity you want to, start the plant? Third one is product positioning. Yes, this is a very major issue because it's a flavored beverage. Should it be marketed as a milk substitute? Because it is soya milk, not a normal milk as such. Should it be marketed as milk substitute? Because this is a highly proteinized milk, which is very good for malnutrition, especially for children and all. That's how do you position the product like that, or it is pushed to a category of flavored beverage. It's not a milk where you need to brand it as nutrition based milk and all, or you can push it to another product category like flavored beverages, like we have a lot of flavored beverages available. Okay. And fourth one is a distribution network. Yes, what kind of distribution channels should be adopted? It's a routine thing, or you'll be selling it in a supermarkets. You have your own distribution network. For example, in case of Country Delight, how many of you have heard Country Delight? Country Delight, it is not having any sort of distribution channels. They will be directly supplying. It's a web-based thing supply. That means you can download their app or go to the website and order, subscribe. That's it. So Country Delight milk packet will not be available anywhere. So there are different types of channels through, because today we have the electronic commerce based distribution network is aggressively being done today. So the major issue is again distribution. What kind of distribution channels should be adopted? And of course, five, everything is fine. We fine tune our product positioning strategy and price strategy, promotions and all. But is the project commercially viable? That's another interesting story that to be answered. Marketing wise, viable in India, that is the thing. Of course, technically, you can create a superior product, but then all technically superior products may not be grounded well, because if they are highly priced, and the customers are culturally influenced by certain types use of certain types of products, and the market may completely throw your product out. So market feasibility is another important area that we need to answer. So with all these questions in mind now, let us analyze what are the key questions that you identified and how you are going to answer these things. Let's go in. Here comes your analysis. Please note. Here is your analytical ability to take all questions in their proper perspective, and with the knowledge gained by you in a classroom, you would like to now apply your thought process and learning here to answer. Now, first question: do you think the project would be viable in the Indian market? Yes, no. See, so many, because there is only two companies as per the statements given in the case. There are only two companies supplying soya bean milk. So there's a lot of potential in India to manufacture and market. So our answer here is yes, you can, but there is a market for it. Okay, then with the right strategy, this is very very important. Markets negating, customers negating the product is not because of the technical a high price or technical superiority or whatever, but what sort of marketing strategy, because it's completely a case on marketing strategy. So what is that you are supposed to do? First important point for analysis: see, raising health awareness, increasing lactose intolerance cases are more, and demand for plant-based alternatives are there. See, the people are moving towards natural products. There's a vegan movement going on. We are very much interested in plant-based alternatives, as natural as anything. So there is a raising health awareness is there. One more thing is that there are products which are based on lactose, and the lactose intolerance cases are very many. All the powders that are being manufactured and sent, dumped in the Indian market is with lactose. So it is increasing. Lactose intolerance cases are very many. So there's every chance if you can make a crystal clear approach ready to market soya bean milk. The first thing, there is a market demand because of raising health awareness. Second, because you say it is a nutritional drink and all that, the infant mortality rate is high, and in rural areas, children suffer a lot on malnutrition and die. So second point here is that you can go in for government support. How you can enter Indian markets confidently, that's the second point I'm telling you. There is a potential support under public nutrition programs. Central government as well as state governments and other NGOs, also non-government organizations, are also seriously working on public nutrition programs as such. As this company can tie up with government organizations and then try to do something. Of course, it should be a profitable business, because Dr. Swami wants it to be a commercial proposition, right? It's not something like a social service. But at the same time, serve your own country like India, and at the same time answer malnutrition cases in India, and then make some money. That's it. And third is cost advantage. Yes, if pricing can be controlled, demand can be unlocked in middle and lower income groups. See, first of all, the suggestion here is it becomes very costly to manufacture that soya bean milk. It is something, as stated in the case, if you remember right, the cost will be 15% more than the normal milk. So if it is 15, cost is 15% more, then it is naturally it would be inconvenient for us to price it low. But here, how can you compensate this disadvantage? Is that if the pricing can be controlled, demand can be unlocked in middle and lower income groups. So that's what we mean. You need to, what do you call, in lower income groups and middle income groups, you can go for price segmentation. I need not have to tell you. There are multiple pricing, like in rural areas, subsidized pricing is there, and in urban areas, something more prices will be available, at which the product will be available at higher prices and all. This is called cross subsidization. We come to that just now. And fourth one is urban penetration. Rapid urbanization and changing lifestyles support the market entry because people are now looking at milk substitutes. So rapid urbanization is there. So there is a chance for you to enter into urban markets and tap urban markets as such because there's a changing lifestyle that definitely support the market entry. So on entry level, yes, we say that Indian markets are welcome thing for you to enter into the market. Second, okay, if you just say that market demand is there, fine. But then second question to be answered very much, right? So what marketing strategy would you recommend? So here comes the biggest problem. Okay, entries, fine, entries, profitable, fine. But then how? Because entire scenario here is to be talked on what type of focused marketing strategy you adopt. Now, our suggestions here. What marketing strategy would you recommend? First of all, what the very important strategy here with us is any product which is going to be launched in a market, for that matter, based on three STP we call it. That is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Segment the market. See, don't think of the entire market as such. Kindly identify some focus areas, focus customers. So, first problem here is to identify your market, segment it. That's called segmentation. Of course, I am not getting into the details of what is what because we are talking on case analysis as such. So, segment the markets and focus on right segment. And focusing on right segment is what we call targeting. Target only those customers. We are not interested in other class of customers. And of course, then is positioning through advertisement and other things like market information systems. So urban health conscious consumers, the one. First market segment is urban health conscious consumers. Second, parents of young children. Third, fitness enthusiasts who are very much worried about their physique and all that, right? Dieters. You can also focus on dieters because dietitians are there who can be the influencers of this milk to some soya milk or branded milk, whatever you, Dr. Swami's brand, will be influencers. They talk to other people, because they have their own clients. All dietitians will have their own clients. They suggest drink this soya milk. So fitness enthusiasts and dieters can be focused. Then lactose intolerant consumers, I have already told you them in certain types of milk ingredients where lactose is some people for some people it is highly reactive. They cannot tolerate that. So you need to identify those. So see this target markets. Urban health class conscious consumers, one. Parents of young children who care for malnutrition of their babies and giving a suitable diet and all, and fitness enthusiasts and dieters, and lactose intolerant consumers. So we talked about S&T, segmenting and targeting. Second question is about positioning here. Yes, positioning, you need to do this entire thing through advertising and marketing communication. Your advertising and marketing communication should be so focused that you enter into the vacant space of the consumer's mind and sit on it permanently, because there are a lot of milk and milk based products, all will be talking about nutrition. So how are you to position your product? This is the biggest thing for Dr. Swami again. So how do you position the product? Nutrition, on the basis of nutrition, on the basis of the price which is affordable. We have already said, target customers in one price segment, you can price low, and you can price high in another market segment. And again, high protein and goodness for health. So these are the aspects of product positioning. Nutrition, that is nutritious drink, affordable in terms of price, and high protein oriented and drink, and it's all good for you for health. Emphasize health benefits of protein rich, lactose free, and cholesterol free. This is the biggest problem here with cholesterol or lactose, right? Because the milk may have the fat content and all. So you again concentrate on health benefits: protein rich, lactose free, and cholesterol free. So we answered segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Now, okay, next is we are not talking about product specification, because Dr. Swami himself is a scientist, and he has got a lot of knowledge on how to make a product. Okay, manufacturing intelligence he has got. He is a researcher by himself. So high protein drink and all that manufacturing, and there's no issue at all. But then how do you brand it and package it and deliver it? Here comes again, of course, that's also, this branding and packaging will also get influenced by what you call product information and advertising. Now, it is suggested on this, it should be vibrant in color. The broad colors like yellow, red, and all. Vibrant, hygienic, and resealable packs. That means, what is meant by resealable pack. For example, you manufacture 1 liter pack. You can't have 1 liter at a stretch. You consume 200 ml or 500 ml. What happens to the pack again? So you need to provide a seal where you press it somewhere, yeah, or a simple tap on that, where you can unscrew and screw it again and keep it in a refrigerator for some time. So this is called resellable packs. Vibrant, hygienic, and resellable packs should be your packaging strategy. And clear nutrition label should be there. Why this soya milk? Clearly say the package must also clearly tell about the product. You can flash it as a headline or bring it down as the text on the product spec. Clear nutrition labels must be present, because you claim that it is nutritious. You claim that it is nutritious. Let the customers know, probable customers know, what is the true nutritional value in there. Then when it comes to packing and delivering it, when it comes to delivering the products back in units, for example, offer in small trial packs. 200 ml trial packs means it is something like test marketing or market testing, we call it. First test it with small trial packs of 200 ml. It can be offered free in the market. Okay, and family size packs of 1 liter. Depends. Of course, once you experience the sale factor, marketing welcome, or whatever it is in the market, then of course you can change all these things. But branding and packaging is again key area, and you need to brand it. You have to choose a name which is, of course, you need to talk somewhere about on the pack as a soya milk, and it should be vibrant. Package design must be vibrant, and all that, everything should be in its place. Now, next, biggest challenge, of course, here is the price. We have said, because it becomes costly to make this nutrition drink with all the nutritions added. And as we have already stated in the it is already stated in the case itself, that it will be somewhere, the cost will be somewhere 15% more than the normal milk. So naturally there is a price challenge. But though there is a price challenge for Dr. Swami to enter into the Indian markets, it is not proper to launch a product with a high price in the at the beginning and want to grab the markets. Absolutely, it will not be taking ground, because Indian class of consumers are highly price sensitive. The studies show that we have high price sensitivity. So naturally, you need to do something with regard to pricing. So that's why it is suggested that there should be tiered options, penetration pricing with tiered options. That means you want to price low and you give two, three varieties of packs. That's what we have already talked about it in the earlier sessions, and price strategy design, and how the consumers will be influenced by price tactics, right? 200 ml, 500 ml. 200 ml, if you say 200 ml, 200 ml and 50 ml will cost somewhere around 80, 90 rupees. If you take 500 ml at a stretch, you get it at, say, for example, 70 rupees. Meaning that 20 rupees advantage is there, na, for customer. Looks at like that. This is called tiered options in penetration pricing. And cross subsidize, in just now I was telling you, cross subsidization of lower income markets. See, what happens is, this is a product which can be delivered at a lower level, sorry, for lower income markets and also higher income markets as such. So you need to, if you want to score well overall, the price strategy suggested is cross subsidization. That means price low in a lower income markets and price high, premium price at higher income markets. Again, the problem here is, how can you go for cross subsidization? That's where we have already suggested that you need to take advantage of the government support systems, and also NGOs also working on malnutrition in rural areas, for example. So that way you can cross subsidize, because there'll be subsidy, as a health drink you are supplying. The product will be subsidized by the government or NGOs. If you want to tie up with NGOs, you can do that. Then next question, of course, we have already talked about it in branding, but again here is about promotion. Promotion is all about, apart from advertising and all, brand management strategy, how you are going to go for promotions or creating awareness in the mind of the consumers as such. So first strategy, what we can suggest is awareness campaigns in schools and hospitals, and fitness centers. The Swami and party will come, and he can engage his advertisement agency or marketing agency. They create awareness campaigns in schools straight away. Why this nutritious soya milk is very much needed. And to the hospitals, again, talk to doctors, talk to nurses, and because hospital patients need a lot of nutrition supplements as such. Again, go to fitness centers, big fitness centers, talk to their fitness trainers and all that. Then celebrity doctor endorsements. Choose one celebrity, maybe a sports person, maybe a bodybuilders or whatever you call it, who are very much on their bodybuilding and all. And of course, again, when you are using the celebrities, it should not give unnecessary focus that this is for bodybuilders. No, you should be extra careful in choosing the celebrities, so that no, you can. I mean, those celebrities can endorse the product as a nutritious drink. That's it. And doctor endorsements. I mean, famous doctors must be taken in, and ask them to be the celebrities. They also pronounce many times over media or whatever it is, or then they can talk to their own patients in their nursing assignments when they have. Then you know they talk to the patients on this nutrition thing. Then free sampling in urban grocery chains. This is again optional, because if you would like to have to be distributed free, okay, in grocery chains, you take a chance, you take a season where you will be supplying, the sample packets, right? And the two, you need to answer. You need to consider only those urban grocery chains where there is a lot of footprints, meaning lot of customers should be walking into those grocery chain like malls or whatever. Though there are chances where these samples can be taken, free samples can be taken. So in a rural area, remote areas, if you distribute, I mean, if you put a sample in that retail store, nobody will be, I mean, the impact is very less. Anyway, that's it. Free sampling and urban grocery chains can be a strategy. Leverage social media and health blogs. Yes, talk to all health, talk to all doctors and nutritionists. They have their own blogs, right, in the social media. Make use of Twitter, make use of Facebook, make use of what do you call all the social media apps, right? Instagram. So leverage social media and health blogs. That can be advertising strategy. Next, when it comes to supply chain management, yes, of course, this is very important problem again. Now, you need to, this distribution means here, because you need to compete with two already existing brands, and there will be parallel natural milk suppliers and other what you call food beverage, sorry, milk beverages are available. Other beverages are available. So you need to compete with this. So you are supposed to make the product delivered into the market the right time, at the right place, at the right price, at the right, with the right customer. So now how you are going to distribute the product? Yes, it's up to you to have your own website and do it all, or enter into supermarkets and big malls or whatever, or partner with milk distributors, and e-commerce platforms. See, the problem is you can't store the milk packet just like that, any other product like that. You need to have certain facility where you need to store this milk and milk products as such, right? So for Dr. Swami, he may not have a complete infrastructure by himself. So what we suggest is you need to partner with milk distributors and e-commerce platforms, and then start distributing. Use local retailers, chemists, and health food sources, stores, etc., where he can think of making the supplies available in those stores. And you can also go in for automated vending machines to be placed in at schools, colleges, at some other points, like maybe hospitals or fitness centers, wherein, so explore vending machines in schools and colleges, right? Very small packs, like, so put 2 3 coins, and then, or go out for security code, and with your mobile with these, either you can pay through phone pay or whatever. That depends upon the technology that you need to work out. So explore vending machines, putting vending machines somewhere, and then see that sales can be open there. Then about strategic partnerships, very very important here, because we said already that you need to uh, search for options to uh, partner with governments, local governments, collaborate with schools for midday meal programs. Most of the state governments have this midday meal sales programs, and you can, Dr. Swami can partner with these governments, the midday meal programs, collaborate with schools and midday meal programs. And that means, again, you can come through government, or you can come through NGO, whatever. Tie up with NGOs and other social enterprises who are working for these welfare of malnutrition children in schools, or whatever it is. So you need to tie up with those organizations which are meant for outreach programs, and then you can think of it. See this analysis. Of course, you may not have sufficient time for you to look at all these things, but my point here is how a case is to be analyzed in its full dimension. Am I clear what I'm saying? So at least this approach can answer you, because this is how it goes. Case study is just not meant for just writing a 2-page note in an examination answer sheet. Please note that this approach, if you can adopt and look at it in proper perspective, this can help you to score well in group discussions, minded. Any problem that is given here, any problem that is given for you to discussion and all. See, this opens up your wider horizons of understanding the problem and how to present it properly. So that's the purpose. So let's examine here. In further questions, you can answer in the classroom environment. Class discussion points with suggested solutions here. Okay. Should soybean milk be marketed as a mass product or a niche health item? Niche health item means you identify only certain segment of customers they as a niche segment and market it, or market it as a mass product, distribute just like any other milk product that's being distributed. The answer is here you can use hybrid both. You can't go for mass market because you can't compete straight away with normal natural processed, I mean pasteurized milk, because your milk is somewhat richer in nutrition and all when compared to that of normal milk as such. So you can use a two-tier strategy, like a hybrid strategy. You can have a completely niche segment, and you can also part of it can be mass production as such. Launch a niche product in urban markets and gradually penetrate mass markets with affordable variants. Because it's, again, please notice the biggest thing is challenge is price. Whatever intelligent system of manufacturing exercises the Dr. Swami follows, but he just said the problem is the cost of making this soya milk is 15% more than the normal milk processing. So naturally, you need to answer that question. So you go for niche product and price it at a high level, because anyway the niche market means those are urban markets who are very much demanding your product, whatever may be the price. They don't bother about the price, but they bother about the quality. They bother about the richness of nutrition value, whatever you call it. And in case where mass markets, yes, you slowly put price down and enter into mass markets slowly with affordable variants. You can have 2 3 4 products in product line, A category, B category, C category, like that. But do not compromise on quality and do not create any sort of a perception in the mind of the consumers that D is useless when compared to A and all. No, A, B, C, D are the same. Just for the sake of market segmentation and product differentiation, you do that. So that's an affordable variant, so that you can have the advantage by pricing it. Can doctors for me create a social enterprise model? Yes, definitely, because social enterprise is such that you are not a profit seeker by yourself. Assuming that Dr. Swami wants to reach Indian markets with some sort of service mindedness, a service attitude, or whatever it is. Yes, of course. Can Dr. Swami create a social enterprise model? Yes, by partnering with government schemes, by partnering with NGOs. It's a profit-seeking business again. Don't think that we are doing it for social service completely, but you have to use the platform. You need to subsidize the price at a level, but overall the profit is there definitely. So sell premium pricing products in cities to subsidize rural pricing. This is called cross subsidization. Score very high in urban markets in terms of revenue, wherein you will be offering the product at a low price at the in a rural areas. Focus on reducing child malnutrition. Children deaths must be cut down, put down. So this focus on reducing child malnutrition and infant mortality rates. Now, what the regulatory and quality control issues you might be facing? Because this is a food product, mind it. This is a food product. So everybody cannot sell food just like this. You might be noticing now how the restaurants in Hyderabad every day in day out We find lot of news coming in. Every news channel covers restaurants in India are very unhygienic when their food supplies are there. Their storing is very bad and all that, you know, and they supply very poor quality and contaminated foodstuffs. So care must be taken here. So when how you ensure there'll be regulations, right? Now what regulatory and quality control issues might he face in India? Yes, of course. What are the control mechanisms he is supposed to answer? Yes, he has to answer food safety standards of India. FSSAI standards are there, and he has to get the certification. And of course, Dr. Swami, we had a lot of experience in United States of America, in Los Angeles. I don't think that he'll have any quality issues coming up there and all. So, assuming that he's a responsible entrepreneur, so it's very easy for him to get the certification from FSSAI and follow labeling laws, follow hygiene maintenance, follow shelf life norms. That means if you cannot pack the product suitably, it will not have shelf life, and it cannot you cannot follow shelf life norms because it's not instantaneous selling, right? You pack the product and put it in a shelf. Next is about Indian Standards Organization certifications. So there's what we call ISO 22000 or hazard analysis and critical control points, because anything that is eaten, that is consumed, has a lot of hazard, straight influence on our health, because it's going into the gut, right? It's a food you eat, or chicken you eat, or something like masala you eat, or milk you drink, it is straight away getting into the gut. So what happens then? Straight away your health get disturbed. So this is another quality control mechanism, so standard that he need to answer. Yes. Should he seek partnership with Indian milk cooperatives? That's one more interesting model. Yes, like Amul, he can go in for it, or XYZ, whatever it is. There are already Indian milk cooperatives are there. Can he go in for seeking partnerships? Of course, depends upon the agreement between Dr. Swami and other milk cooperatives. So this chance is there. So tapping into their distribution network, leverage their trust and reach. Joint branding can be there because he can leverage their trust. See, the cooperatives already existing may have their trust, and it's very easy to reach. So ensure clear terms for intellectual property and revenue sharing. Very, very important here. See, revenue sharing model, you must be extra careful. And your brand is exclusive, and you have intellectual property rights, and nobody can encroach into it. There's a law. If you encroach into it, then it becomes a lawsuit again. So in conclusion, what I could say here is for all our friends to look at. So having said all these things, most of the questions we have answered yes, of course, subject to the strategy, marketing strategy backup. Dr. Swami soybean milk venture has the potential to succeed in India, definitely, if approached strategically, especially marketing strategy counts a lot. So, what is that? Combining health benefits with social impact and social partnerships. Please note, your answer is health benefits, because soya bean milk here with lot of nutritions entered into it, included in it. So fine, but this health benefit must be must be combined with strong partnerships, because you need to deliver, right? You need to deliver, enter into the market, penetrate into the market with a social impact, like government schemes or can be NGOs or whatever, and turn the idea into commercially viable and socially viable, valuable enterprises. So there's you can give the company Dr. Swami's venture uh, a complete yes.